Today, I'm going to be covering every single piece of leaked information that we have about Fortnite OG, the next season that is going to be bringing back the Chapter 1 map. So without further ado, let's dive into literally every single thing that we know about this season. To start it off, the start date and the end date. On November 3rd at 3 a.m. Eastern Time, more likely 7 a.m. Eastern Time, once downtime actually ends, we will be returning to the Chapter 1 map. Now, we know exactly what this map looks like. It's up on screen right now. It did get leaked, and this is our first leak. This is the map that we're going to be playing on. It is literally just the Chapter 1 map, which is absolutely amazing. Now, this season is going to be lasting until December 3rd, so we're going to get exactly a month back on the Chapter 1 map. What's going to happen after a month? I have literally no idea. We may go back to the Chapter 4 map. We may go to the Chapter 5 map, which might be entirely new. So just be prepared for the fact that we might only be playing on this map for 1 month. So just make sure that you get in your time while you can, because this may not last. Now that we've got the obvious stuff out of the way, let's get into the fun stuff. First off, we've got the Lootpool. What guns are we going to be seeing spawning in on the OG map? And let's start it off with the one everybody's waiting for, the pump shotgun. The original pump shotgun is going to look slightly different in game. They changed up the model a little bit, but they're going to be adding back in the original pump, which is absolutely amazing. Now, alongside that, they're also going to be adding in the SCAR and the original assault rifle, which of course, if you guys have never played with them, they're honestly really fun items. I prefer them over any of the ARs that we've gotten since then, so I'm actually very excited for this. Now, the next one is the hunting rifle. This one is very fun to use. It's like a sniper, except it doesn't have a scope, and it's really cool for trick shots. Next up, we have the hand cannon, which is literally just the Desert Eagle if you've ever played CSGO, or if you've played with the hand cannon, you guys probably know what the hand cannon is. It's a very fun item. Next up, we've got the RPG. Of course, rocket riding on the Chapter 1 map was a staple, so no way Fortnite could remove it. That will be in the game. Next up, this one is a big 50-50 coin flip. In one of the teaser images, it's very hard to make out if this is a quad launcher or a guided missile launcher. Obviously, the community is going to want the guided missile launcher by a long shot. That item was so much fun to use, but my guess, unfortunately, is that this is the quad launcher. It looks like the quad launcher to me. I don't think this is going to be the guided missile launcher for as much as I want it to be. That item was so much fun to use, but unfortunately, I do think that's going to be the quad launcher, so that will be back in the game. Just a little bit of a heads up there, most likely. The next one looks like that we're going to get the AK-AR. For those who don't remember, Fortnite actually had like an AK-47 in the game, and it looks like that's going to be coming back to the Fortnite OG map, so that's going to be interesting to play with back there. Then we've got chug splashes, of course, a staple healing item. Switching back over to guns now, the LMG. This gun is crazy when you use it because it has 100 ammunition per clip, and it honestly does a lot of damage at a very high fire rate, so I always thought this item was overpowered, and I think it's still going to be overpowered back on the Chapter 1 map. Next up, the original tac shotgun. This is the one that I am most excited for. Now, if you were an OG player and you played back on the Chapter 1 map, typically you would only take the tac shotgun if your aim was bad and you were worried that you were going to miss your pump shotgun shots. That's why I always took the tac shotgun, because I have literally no aim, and I loved it back then. And honestly, I still have horrible aim till this day, so I'll be picking up the tac shotgun. If you guys love the tac shotgun over the pump shotgun, leave a comment down below. All that standard YouTube stuff. Now, moving on to the next one. Supply drops will be back on the map. I honestly forgot that supply drops aren't in the game right now, by the way. In my head, supply drops are just a staple to Fortnite that are always in the game, but I forgot that we have combat caches instead of them. But good news, supply drops will be back on the Chapter 1 map, which I'm very excited for. Next up, now we're moving on to our miscellaneous items. So this is traps and mounted turrets. That's right. Cypher PK's traps are back in the game, baby. We're going to be seeing some crazy trap outplays when people try and box dive. This one I am probably second most excited for. I think number 1 is the pump shotgun, and number 2 is going to be traps. I am so excited to see these back in the game, and I'm really excited to see how people play with them after so much time of them being gone. And of course, also, mounted turrets will be added back into the game. I absolutely hate those. I don't think I need to say much more, but they spam you a lot, and they do a lot of damage, and it's hard to kill the people using them. So overall, I don't like the mounted turrets, but that's just my take. Next up, we've got the vehicles section. Now with the Lootpool out of the way, we can move on to what we're going to be transporting around the map with. And first off, Shopping carts are back in the game, baby. The original vehicle that Fortnite added in, the first one to ever do it. These things, they suck. They suck. They're horrible, but I love them. Everybody loves them because they're trash. They're really funny, and they're going to be back in the game. Next up, one of the community's favorite vehicle items, or least favorite, depending on your stance on them, ballers are going to be back in the game. I freaking love ballers, but a lot of people hate ballers. It's really just a coin toss as to whether you like them or hate them. My opinion, I love them. Some people hate them. Either way, I understand it, though. Next up, ATKs, the staple vehicle of Chapter 1, Season 5. This was the first motorized vehicle in Fortnite, and now they're back. I'm guessing that Fortnite is going to get rid of the gas mechanic, at least with ATKs, because that would just be so annoying if you had to refuel your ATK. But there's a shot that they add gas. I really hope that they don't, but there are gas stations on the Chapter 1 map if need be. Next up, we've got planes. Planes are going to be back in the game. Planes have guns on them. This still confuses me to this day. How are these not the most overpowered things ever? They fly in the sky and they can just shoot at you. I love them. Don't get me wrong. Probably one of the best additions to Chapter 1 Season 7. But it's still so funny to me that you can just have a flying objects absolutely raining down fire on build fights. And just, it's not fair seemingly. But I'm very excited to see these back in the game. Even if I think they're unbalanced, I literally cannot complain. We're getting the Chapter 1 map back. Now next up, our final vehicle, and the one that I'm most excited for, hoverboards. Hoverboards are a ton of fun. And honestly, I had an amazing clip of a hoverboard, but it's on my other hard drive that's at my house. I'm at college right now and I don't have access to that hard drive, and it's killing me that I can't put that footage in here because that footage has been waiting since Chapter 1 Season 9 to be used, and I can't use it for this video, but I'll use it at some point in the future once we're actually into Fortnite OG, but until then, it'll stay in the vaults. Now, that is everything that you guys need to know, from the loot pool, to the vehicles, to the start date, to the end date, to the map that we're playing on. Every single thing about it. The only other thing that I can mention here is that the trailer for the new season is going to go live at 3 a.m. Eastern time on November 3rd. The servers, like I said, will most likely be coming back up at about 6 a.m. Eastern time, all the way to 8 a.m. Eastern time. Sometimes downtimes take a little bit longer, especially with massive updates like this one. And do just be prepared that when you log into your game, you're going to get stuck in a queue. Fortnite does a system on season release days now where you're going to get put into a queue because there's so many people trying to play, especially with the release of Fortnite OG. There are going to be a ton of players playing, so prepare to wait about 15 minutes before you actually get into the game. What I would recommend doing, wake up at 6 a.m. Start that download. Once the servers come back up, launch your game, wait for the queue to end, and then you're off and playing Fortnite OG. So if you guys did enjoy this video or find it helpful, then please consider leaving a like on it and subscribing to the channel for all of your Fortnite OG information. I am going to be going hard in November covering every single thing about Fortnite OG, so stay subscribed to the channel to stay up to date on all of that. But with all of that being said, I hope each and every one of you have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next one.